Get up. Get up. Fresh. Get up. Get up. Get up. Get up. Good morning, everybody. It is Dr. Vibe here, host and producer of the award-winning Dr. Vibe Show, the home of Epic Conversations, and I'm the host of Epic Conversations 2020 Best Podcast News Award winner, 2018 Innovation Award winner given out by the Canadian Ethnic Media Association. I also co-host and co-produce the only online show for dads and fathers that's sponsored by Doveman Plus Care. And in 2022 and 2021, our team reached out directly and indirectly to over 100,000 fathers around the world. And as always, I'd like to say you're blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles, and a solution for someone's problem. And I just want to add, you know something? I could have put a submission in for the Canadian Ethnic Media Awards, and I didn't for some reason. And it's a little bit late now, but please remind me next year, people. Well, it's all right. Remind me next year, or periodically, Dr. Vibe. Don't forget next year. Don't forget next year. Ryan Knight, what's going on?
Hey, things are good. You're going to put in a nomination for By Blacks People's Choice Awards. I think that's coming up shortly.
Interesting. Interesting.
But
Interesting.
So as you ponder that, for those that don't know who I am, my name is Ryan Knight, one of the co-founders of the Afro-Caribbean Business Network. We support entrepreneurs of African and Caribbean heritage, really to figure out what stage the business is in, help them create a strategy to grow their companies exponentially. I am also an entrepreneur myself. We run a company called Detailing Nights. So we go to people's houses, their offices, clean their cars on the spot without using water, and our plant-based, eco-friendly cleaning supplies. Final quarter of the year comes upon us and winter's looming. We have our fall, edition of detailing. So get your cars prepped for winter, and we'll see you in the spring.
All right.
Always good to see you, brother.
All right. Right back at you. We're going to do our regular morning thing on Mondays. So let's do this. The Morning Vibe. This episode and Monday episodes, let's say forever and ever, are sponsored by the Macmillan Group, providing mortgage solutions one client at a time since 1999, buying, refinancing, or investing. Call them at 905-813-4354 in Canada, US 904-586-5636 in the United States of America. So let me just do something here and get them off our screen so you can see our visages again. And just want to also say, if you want more information about that organization, I'm just going to put it up here. There we go. So Canada number, US number, toll-free North America, website, the Macmillan Group, Inc.com, and email address, raycmcmillan@gmail.com. Probably the best way to get a hold of the Macmillan Group right now is, you know what? Stefan's in the office here in Mississauga. Ray is in, I just forgot. I think Grenada. Yeah, Grenada. He's posting. He finished a complex or a building project in like 13 weeks.
Okay,
he posted it on his Instagram. It was out of bounds. He finished it in 13 weeks. I just went, Ray don't play, man. Ray don't play. Like,
well, you mentioned when you're gone, it's like being there to oversee projects definitely helps get stuff done when you're out of state or out of country.
Right. Other things, some housework. Subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show online at YouTube, the Dr. Vibe Show, and hit the notification button so you get notified of upcoming conversations. Also, like the Dr. Vibe Show on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Also, if you want to advertise, interesting plug, if you want to advertise your business, product, or service on the platform, like just happened there, you know what? I got to go back and see how long Ray's been doing it for. I got to see if I can do that in the next week or so and share it with you. Email me, dr.vibe at the dr.vibeshow.com. Also, join the Morning Vibe Discord group. I'm putting stuff out there. I got more stuff to put up today. Email me,
Nice.
dr.vibe at the dr.vibeshow.com. Also, just got to do some early morning stuff too. Some people are saying hello. Earl Anderson, what is up? Joining in
Hey,
LinkedIn.
brother.
Also, LA Wade Media. Happy Monday, gentlemen. LA Wade, I don't know if you caught the Friday show, but I shared your story of a
Oh,
dating
yes.
story last week, and it got some very interesting reaction. I don't know if people want me to share it again, but it got some very interesting reaction from people like Fitness IQ, also Aisha K. Staggers, and LA Wade saying, don't forget next year. I know you
But
will
next year,
remind me.
when? When
It's
is it?
about
September?
September. It's gonna be September.
Oh,
Like I was even gonna. It was the deadline was a week ago yesterday. I was even thinking, should I even try and call to see if it's too late? So you know what?
right.
Should I
Sometimes
try
they
and see if I
extend
can
it
still get
so
something in? Like I feel.
always
Should I
good to check.
try? Should I? Okay, hold up here. Fitness IQ says morning. Fitness IQ Cam, otherwise known as KS EYL RWFQ. She says hello. That's an amazing 13 weeks. Did I
Yeah,
mention
for
something
the
about 13?
development with Ray.
Yes. Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy. And Fitness says, I'm doing amazing on Discord. Not too bad, but what's going
Yeah.
on in the state of things one is even crazier. But yes, I'm putting up random stuff that is good. LA Media has fire. I don't know what fire and then
Face
happy
hugs.
faces.
Happy face hugs. I think.
Okay, thank you. And definitely we'll talk about LA Media in a minute. Fitness, yes, redo. What redo what? I'm blanking here. You got to give me some more. LA
No,
Media.
maybe telling the story over again.
What?
Oh, maybe telling the story over. Redo. I don't know.
I don't know. She got to give us some more. LA Wade Media gonna be. I think last time we chatted, amongst other things, she's gonna be her taking her film to some film. She's pitching it to some film festivals, which is fantastic.
Gotcha.
And then she puts, yes, please. Fitness IQ, I need more than, please say so. Yes, please. I don't understand. Yes, please. See things like this, hugs. I understand
Yes.
that word. And I feel that word,
Mm.
especially from LA Weed
Right.
Media.
Right.
So, family. One other thing for everybody. Just one coming up this Friday. No, it's wrong. That's Mr. Group. Sorry. Wayne Harris is back, Financial First Fridays. Also, we'll be playing a replete probably, I don't know for sure, next Monday because it is Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is here already.
That's it. True
Yeah,
mark of
so
fall. It is here.
Wayne Harris is Friday, so you know Wayne always brings the fire. All right. What else we got? One more comment here. Oh, and here's something we can talk. Good morning, Dr. Vibe and Ryan. Great seeing you both this past weekend. So
Yes.
you met her
Yes.
on Friday.
Right. I was in Kitchener at the SDG Idea Lab for the Liftoff project. So organization, I usually get CCAWR, which is like a Caribbean Association of Waterloo Region. They
Yep.
have a program called Liftoff for entrepreneurs. So it was their pitch competition, and Latanya and Justin or Jonathan was there from TD supporting the program. So they were giving out $5,000 checks. So 5 entrepreneurs won $5,000 each in the competition. So it was sponsored by TD. So Latanya was representing.
And it's interesting. I met her on Saturday at Earn the Keen on You event, Earn While You
The
Sleep
Learn While You
event.
Sleep. Oh, okay, excellent. That's
She came
great.
up to the Dr. Vago, and she goes, okay, go, oh yeah, wow. So I had a chance to meet and chow. It was so nice to be out at that event. Randall's man, I saw Noel Waldron there.
Okay, he's back in town. Nice,
Well,
nice.
for another few days, and he's back out. But
Oh,
it was good. I haven't seen Noel Waldron in at least 10 years at least.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And he had just overcome a health challenge. He had a parasite in his stomach that he overcame. So it was
Oof.
good to meet and catch up with. There's another guy named Aubrey Clark. I don't know where I remember him from, but I know we know each other. So we caught up, but I just stayed in the background and watched, etc., and hung with some people. Oh, the guy who has in Quebec that we had on the platform along, who has the land, he was there.
Pharaoh Hamid.
Yeah,
Oh,
he was it.
That's great. You made it to Brampton. Thanks, Pharaoh, for representing.
Well, that's Mrs. Is that considered Brampton? I think it was Mississauga. I think Mississauga. They had the event.
Gotcha.
So Fitness IQ cams. I'm trying to top fast what you're saying. Slow down. And he goes, $5,000 check. Yes, sweet.
Yes.
And wow, 10 years. Yeah, check out Fitness IQ on Saturday afternoons. She has things I wish I knew about money. She had Christopher on last Saturday.
Great. And I think the week before, Tim Frey
from Frequency Event Promotion, she had him on Saturday.
This past Saturday. Oh, nice. That's good.
So there we go. A little bit of catch up. So yeah, this weekend was action-packed. Weather has been outstanding. Like the next few days in Toronto area, we're getting like close to 80 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah. Fahrenheit, so 30 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, but we have worldwide listeners, so we can't just think everyone's going to understand.
Start with where we're at, though. It's like, okay, 30.
I start where I am at. All right,
you're in the U.S.
No, I'm talking about the country, Dr. Vibe country. All right,
right.
All
you
right.
Need to switch the metric in your country. Fahrenheit.
Yes,
so
Fitness IQ cam. Yes, I watched. You don't say it. I don't say it, but yeah. So the weather's been great. It was nice to get out for a little bit and enjoy some of the Earn While You Sleep. Cam and Andrea, great. I caught about 2 hours of that. It was really good. The nice thing, the traffic was great. I was weary about going to Mississauga on a Saturday morning, but the traffic out there was fine. Right. And I don't mind too much the traffic going back because I'm heading home. It's just getting out there, but it was fantastic. So hail out Canada and Andrew did a fantastic job. There was I would say 90% capacity. And I don't remember the lady's name, but there was a lady with you. There was a lady with you at the Black Health Professionals Network. I can't remember her name. She was with you. She has
Karen Rowe?
Yes, she was there too.
Karen, that was good. Good stuff. Yes.
So I had a chance to chat with her and have a good conversation. So Saturday was quite full. Okay, so listen. So I'm getting manners here. Listen, we need Celsius then Fahrenheit.
Thank you. I'm like, well, Fahrenheit. You're gonna confuse your co-host. So like, I can't do that calculation.
Okay, whatever. And then a little plug yesterday. So myself, Saturday night had a great episode of State of Things with Aisha, Jill, and Lala. Jill was not there. Unfortunately, her cat passed away.
Ouch.
So that was, but Aisha and Lala, they were on fire. And someone named Cher Knight, was in on the conversation, and she has things in common with Aisha in regards to, was it migraines?
Yeah.
So they were conversing live via chat, and now they both have each other's contact information. So I have a thing within the next week for sure. You'll see, they'll at least be emailing each other. They had a really good conversation.
Well, Aisha was saying that she's had a migraine for over 50 days.
That was crazy.
You can't function like that. Like, that is wild.
That was out of bounds, but that's one of the things I get real joy when two people who don't really know each other find something in common, to have the room to have a conversation, which is good. And also Saturday, Every Child That Matters. So I'm still wearing my orange T-shirt, by the way.
Yes.
In regards to
September 30th for the
Truth and Reconciliation. So I'm wearing it again today. So
and for those that might not or trying to go to a government building today, it is a civic holiday. So
yes. So and government registered corporations are not, so banks are not open today in Canada.
Gotcha. Right.
So banks have been open Saturday and today. And actually, Christy White, good morning. She is a person, a wonderful, incredible member of the Indigenous community. Christy, I want to know when you can come back. I'd like you to come on the Morning Vibe and talk about the state of affairs in the Indigenous community. Can you do that? Can you reach out to me? We'd love to have you on.
Yes.
And yes, every child matters. I'll just get up and show. There you go.
Yes.
So I'm wearing that not only Saturday, yesterday, but also today. So I'm wearing it all 3 days. And Christy White and definitely check out Christy White's site. She has great books. Christy, actually, Aisha shouted you out on Saturday saying you're doing incredible stuff. Because Christy sent some of the books to myself, Aisha, and Jill. And I love my shirt. Thank you. I love it too. It fits me nicely. And then yesterday had a great conversation on, again, this is why you got to follow the Dr. Vibe show on YouTube. Had a wonderful lady named Manifa Brooks who does data privacy.
Okay, right.
She and a lady, well, she used to work at a large telecommunications company. I'm not going to say who it was, for about 15 years. And then about a year and a half ago, her and a colleague from that company started their own data privacy company. Great conversation. Really good. And I'm telling, and so I think she's going to probably in November come on the Morning Vibe. She knows backwards and forwards about data privacy, and her company Garabyte Consulting deals with data privacy for small and medium-sized businesses, so entrepreneurs and even individuals.
Nice.
If you're on this right now, you're online. If you have one of these, you're probably online.
Yeah,
she knows tracked. And she knows so much about that subject. Nice. So if you go to the Morning Vibe YouTube page, yesterday's Black Canada Talking, she hit it out of the park. She just covered a small thing. She knows about data privacy backwards and forwards. So I'm telling you, and she also, actually, they're doing a lot of work with nonprofits too. Okay. So small businesses and replay, small businesses and entrepreneurs, I would book a 12-minute conversation and she can give you some great suggestions because she's lived in that world for about 15 years.
Whoa. Yeah.
And also being a black woman in that space, which is very rare, but she knows her stuff. So also want to shout out to Shirley J. Good to hear you. Really. And Fitness IQ Cam. Yeah, check out the replay. I'm promoting it because everyone needs to know. If you go online, you need to know. Okay, I shut up. I'm chatting too much, Ryan. Go ahead.
Listen, no worries. Getting caught up with a little bit of jet lag. I was in Calgary.
Yes, you were in Calgary and Kitchener in 1 week. Okay, go ahead. Talk to us about it.
Getting the mileage in. So I was in Calgary for the Investment Readiness Program Partners Meeting. So for those that aren't keeping up on the Investment Readiness Program, that is the funding that the government created to support social enterprises. So the IRP, which they call it, was the grant portion. So they rolled out $100 million worth of grants. And then the Social Finance Fund is the investment portion. So kind of phase two. So it was talking about that transition from the investment readiness grants into the social finance investments. But all that to say, just before I get into that, my trip to Calgary, I don't know if people follow me on Instagram, but I had posted a couple things. That one, security took my shea butter, my body butter, and two of them. So I had it from Lippy Naturals and from Gleam Beauty. I'm like, okay, when I get to Calgary, the air I heard it's crisp, so I want to make sure I'm moist. And apparently the milliliters allowed, my container was too much, and the person I had was just like stone cold. It's either you can use it all right now or I'm throwing it away. So I said, at least let me get a scoop. And so I was so I'm like glowing in the plane. But also, I needed a haircut. And of course, some of you might know that I consider myself the oxtail hunter. So when I landed in
Carol
Calgary,
and Nicole didn't hear that, by the way. Go ahead.
I needed to know where to go to get my haircut and to get good oxtail dinner. So the Facebook fam, Instagram family, even LinkedIn all chimed in and supported. Brothers Cuts was mentioned many times. So I did land there. The owner's name is Ted. So I got to meet with Ted and get I feel I'm still like, it feels like it's going to last a while because the haircut was really crisp. And Mike, I'll shout out to the barber that did my haircut. And so we were able to have dinner at Crazy Jerk. So Crazy Jerk, family-run, black-owned business near Marlborough, which was interesting because where we were at the restaurant, it had a Scarborough feels. When we saw that close by, it was called Marlborough. We liked that. But menu was on point. They had all the food. There was none of that there. Andrea Barrett was actually there. We had dinner together, and Jean Barrett from Alterna.
What was she doing there?
Yeah, so she was at the conference as well because she runs Bankers Lady. Is it Bankers Ladies? Yeah, the cooperative. No, it's not. The Roscas. So Susus and Partners, they call themselves the Banker Ladies. So she was on one of the panels at the conference in the evening. But yeah, food was great. I think she had the snapper, I had the oxtail, Jean had the jerk chicken. So everything was amazing. So I just wanted to shout out Stephen Wright. I don't know if you know Stephen Wright. He used to be a counselor in Peterborough and then ran for mayor, has now moved to Calgary. So he was showing me around Calgary and like the developments that are happening. Very interesting city. I don't know if I'd move to Calgary, but it definitely has a good vibe there. So shout out to all those that supported me on my trip. Okay. So all that to say, the investment readiness program, people need to pay attention.
Okay, hold on. Stop right there.
Yes.
People need to. How do people even know about it? Because if you didn't put it out there, we wouldn't know. So again, these organizations don't think about black media. Hello. People need to find out about. People don't. The organizations. I'm just saying this in general. You can't expect people to know unless you put it out there. Go on.
Hey, valid. But remember, if they've been on this show, I've definitely mentioned it because I do.
They haven't.
Once a month, I do info sessions about grant writing and the investment
okay,
program.
But you're saying two different things on this show and you doing sessions. That's two different things.
Both places. Like on this show, I've mentioned it. I talked about it for a whole year. I've been doing.
Yeah, okay. I'm not talking about you, but what about them?
Hey, valid, and that's
right.
Where,
what about them?
If we know about stuff, we have to present it to them and be like, "Hey, here are places that you can advertise." They're not going to reach out to you direct.
Okay, So I don't mind that. If they don't think we're valuable, it's up to us to get in contact with them.
With everything.
Okay, so here's the question.
Okay,
hold on a second.
Yes.
But with major media, they reach out to them.
Well, major media wasn't there.
Okay, but
and it hasn't been on major media.
A number of organizations.
That's what I'm saying. These things aren't on major media.
No, but I'm saying
we have to reach out to them.
I don't know, everybody. What do you think about that? We black media have to reach out to these organizations to get coverage.
So let me tell you a bit of the background. When the investment readiness program was created initially, there were no black focused organizations at all that were even part of it. So that had to be fought for. Like we had to, and I know Victor Beausoleil from SETSI did a lot of advocacy to make sure that black.
Here's another question. You got me going a little bit now. How come Victor's never reached out to be on this show?
Valid, but this is where we have to put stuff in front of people. So I'll reverse it. Have you reached out to him and said to advertise?
I know I've advertised to be on the show. Yes, I have. There's a number of these organizations that I've reached out to, and what do I get? I'll take you to the birds outside that are singing.
We have to be purposeful. Valid. If they haven't reached out,
they'll reach out. They'll reach out to major media, though.
I wouldn't say that. Not always, because organizations like IRPs, SETSI, they're not reaching out to major media. We, as grassroots black media, we have to do the groundwork and get in front of these spaces. So now I'll say, who do we have to get in front of?
Okay. I'm just gonna put this last point in front of you. Camille Cara, we know who she is.
Camille, the senior minister of seniors.
No, she's now Minister of Diversity.
Right. Kamal Kara.
Sorry. Yeah. Kamal Kara. Their office reached out to me.
Yes.
Okay, continue.
But remember, you had connected with them. So
no, I did not. I did not connect with them.
Initially, you guys had connected at an event.
No, they did not. Her office did not. Her office reached out to me. I did not go after them.
So this is where, 1 out of 50 ministers. Like, that's not the norm. This is what I'm trying to say. The norm is not people reaching out to let you know about stuff. Sure, they'll reach out to major media, but for us, we have to be, who do we want to get in front of? Who do we want on the show? We have to be purposeful about making that outreach. We can't sit back and wait for, look at the Minister of Small Business. She had never been on the show, Minister Ng. So there was no interest there. So now we have to reach out to that minister's office to say, like, hey, this is a place that if you want to reach the Black audience, you have to advertise here. Like, that's the message and mantra that we have to start getting in front of these people.
All right. So just want to catch up with some things. Shirley J. Black Canadian content creators. Good morning. Hope you're well. Shirley J., I want to get your lens on this conversation.
And Shirley's been part of a major media entity.
Yes, she has.
How does that work? Let us know.
Okay. And Fitness IQ Ken goes, not the shea butter.
Right. Yes.
Fitness IQ goes, the power of social media. Someone agrees with me. True Dr. Vibe.
Mm-hmm.
Christy White says, yeah, we're good. I hope that things are well with you all and yours. I love any chance I get to chant to Dr. Vosholo. Thank you.
That's nice.
But there's also sometimes you have to take the wheel on showing them who we have, and a number of organizations have, and they never get any response. I go back to my example of a number of years ago when all these organizations who got money from the government, your taxpayers' money, people, for the Black Ecosystem Fund, I sent out an email to many of them saying, hey, congratulations on getting money, etc. This is who I am. I put down my credibility. You're more than happy to come on the platform and share all about your organizations. 1 out of 28 replied. Okay.
Yeah, and that's where
so she agrees with Ryan. Okay.
I'm not saying that it is the way it should be. I'm saying if we want to combat it, we have to get more aggressive. Because
I'm gonna add another later this. Hey, Frequency Event Promotions, greetings, Dr. Vibe and Ryan Knight. Oh, by the way, Ryan, I got something funny.
You saw the one?
No, I got something to show you.
All right.
You must be infiltrating. You're telling people, unfortunately, about me. Oh, what is this thing? Oh, I don't know where it is now.
Oh,
but
boy.
Someone sent me an invitation to a gala.
Okay.
I said, Ryan Knight is up to foolishness.
Right. Yes.
Don't give them my information.
The gala needs coverage. You see, they're thinking of you. They're reaching out to Black media, and are you going to go cover it?
They want me to pay and go. They're not thinking about media. They ain't thinking about me.
Okay, I think they missed the mark there.
You know, I'm not saying.
Yes.
I don't know. That's hilarious.
Well, I sent you one. You saw the Jerk Fest gala.
I'm going Jerk Fest and gala.
Man, and the gala. That word is just taking on a whole different meaning now. Like
there you go. I am blessed, highly favored, a magnet for miracles and a solution for someone's problem. Frequency Event Promotions. Fitness goes Baha, and then Frequency Event Promotions. That's how you're doing. How are you doing?
I am fantastic. Getting to see more of Canada. That was my first time to Calgary, so I had been to Edmonton before. So not the first time to Alberta, but
family, we're going to just take a quick 90-second break. What do you want us to chat about? Because we're just all over the place this morning in a good way. So we'll come back and put some stuff in there. I love the people in the chat. What do you want us to give comments on? Actually, something interesting. An arrest happened over the weekend. Does anyone know of a murder that happened a number of years ago to a fairly prominent musician?
oh,
Ryan probably doesn't know, so we'll talk about it when we come back. See you in 90 seconds.
You know, and that's what I feel like. You feel like you're the Harry Tubman of the mind.
I am.
I feel like I'm the I'm one of the Harry Tubmans of intelligent Black people. Like, I want to liberate y'all from like being left behind and ignored and oblivion. No, really, the rappers get all the attention. You know, seriously, does anybody else feel this way? Like ignorant Black people, they'll be all up, you know, getting all the headlines on the Shade Room.
Overly sexualized Black folks.
Like the twerkers and the, you know, just people that, you know, don't always represent the best of us, you know, the diversity, you know, like people like Dr. Vibe. Like, everybody should know about people like Dr. Vibe. Dr.
Really
Vibe he's trying to do good work for Black people. Dr. Vibe from Toronto. Good to see you, my brother. Dr. Vibe. Everybody follow Dr. Vibe. He has a great show. He's very good at what he does, and I have a lot of respect for him. Okay, so let me hop into this. What's up, Dr. Vibe? How you doing? Everybody, if you see Dr. Vibe in the chat, everybody go follow the Dr. Vibe show. Dr. Bob is a real smart brother and a good human being. I like the guy a lot, and he's very intelligent. And I think everyone should pay attention to what he's got going on. We got to shine the spotlight on the intelligent Black people out here that are really doing the good work. Don't just pay attention to the rappers and the celebrities. You know, a lot of these people are losers. Your true winners are your people in your community that are really having your back. You know, helping us to have stronger families and a stronger community. So Dr. Vibe is in that category. So you might see the Dr. Vibe show in this chat. If you see him, please go follow him. Okay. All right. So anyway.
Awesome.
Oh, shout out to Dr. Boyce and Dr. Alicia Watkins. What's up?
Have you ever reached out to Dr. Claude Anderson to be on the show?
Yes, I have. Unfortunately, his health is not the greatest, but hopefully we will get on. You know, it's actually speaking about LA Wade Media. I believe that LA Wade Media was the last Black Canadian outlet to do an interview with him, and that was a number of years ago. I don't even know how. Maybe she's the only one that's done. I don't think she's done anything. She did an interview with Dr. Clark. She just called him up, got his wife, and was able to get an interview with him.
Yes.
So I'm gonna chat. Okay, so KMT, kiss my teeth. Yes, I know what that means now. And yes, so annoying about the arrest. So okay,
what is happening? Okay,
we'll get to that in. There's a few questions. So Christopher Lawrence says, Claude Anderson is a real deal. Absolutely. We got here. I agree with Ryan. We have to reach out to them as much as we can and use any opportunity to put more lights on Black media. It's interesting. I will say from my journey, a lot of times I get more response from non-melanated organizations than melanated organizations. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
And hey, valid that I don't discount that happens, but that's where a lot of times you have to be purposeful with what we actually want. Like, if that's the only attention that we want, then hey, take it. But if we do want to make sure that the Black community knows where to put their content, we have to be purposeful about it if they're not doing it organically.
Well, something that puzzles me, a lot of organizations don't see the benefit of it.
And that's where I feel like we have to be aggressive and let them know the benefit. That's a sales.
The only person that can change a person is the person themselves. So
that's why salespeople make all the money, is because if a person doesn't understand the benefit of putting their dollars somewhere specific,
they
have to. You know what?
I wish Roger Dundas was here. He could tell you.
I bet you Roger would agree with me on that. If they don't understand the benefit, or maybe he won't, because he kind of says that, hey, if they're not paying attention to me, then I'm not going to deal with them. But that's an us issue. If they don't know the benefit, that's what marketing and sales is for. Like, you have to put and explain the benefit that people put money there.
There's something called the law of if you can't
Hmm.
change a person's mind, you let them be. As Sting said,
No,
if you
that's
love
different.
somebody, set them free. I'm
No,
not
no,
going
no,
to.
no.
Yeah.
If they know the benefit and
No,
choose not
no,
to,
but I'm saying
hold on,
if
that's
they don't,
different.
if they
That's
don't
if you've
understand,
sold to
if they
them
don't,
and say like, hey, this is what I'm offering, and they know the benefit. That if they don't agree, that's something different. But that's like you can prove that you actually have that benefit. But if they just discount it.
There
That's
are many
completely
people
different.
that you showed the results and they still don't get it. Do you still want to spend time with them?
Hey, you'd still be persistent. Like
For
I'm
how
not a
long?
person. Yo, I'm ready to die for this stuff. Like, what are we talking about? If we're talking about the Black community, that is to death. Like, they will hear and hear again and hear one more time how important it is to spend dollars in the Black community, how important it is to collaborate and build together. There's no way forward without collaboration. Like, that is something I'm
Ryan,
not
what happens? So
compromising on.
I come back to you. What happens if they're not
Yes.
willing to collaborate? You still keep on going at it?
No, you run with certain people, but
That's what I
invest
want.
in the full
That's
community.
what I
You
wanted
don't
to hear.
discount that,
Oh.
but that's different. Who you build with is who is with you, but those that are still part of the community, you do not discount them and say like,
You
"Oh,
put them away, and when they, well, this is I
no,
think
you don't." That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay.
I've heard elders in the community say like, "Oh, I'm done with the Black community." Like, that's not productive. Like, they have
I'm
to.
not saying I'm done with, but you said a very important though. Those who are ready to run, you run with. Those who aren't,
Hey,
when they're ready to
100%.
run, we're there for them.
But that's where if they don't know what's happening,
But
they'll never be ready. Like,
Ryan,
that's called discounting.
I'm talking about when if they're ready to run, you put them aside. You have to concentrate on the people who are ready to run with you. Do you agree?
Yeah, I said it.
Okay. So
I don't disagree.
So those who aren't ready to run, you say, look, when you're ready, you approach me. I've got to put my energies on moving forward.
That's what I don't agree with.
Okay.
Like, no, you're not when you're ready, is you're gonna keep hearing about it. That's why we send out newsletters. That's why we still have people like especially those ecosystem partners. Like, kicking and screaming, we've been bringing people to monthly meetings about the ecosystem, and everybody that doesn't show up still gets the invite. Like, they will not be ignored.
That's no problem. I don't want to, but I'm not going to aggressively go after them.
Yeah, I guess we have different definitions of aggressive. To me, a drip email campaign and being put on a newsletter.
That's nothing. That's nothing to me. That's nothing. But
it hasn't been
contacting them, trying to get them the conversation. I look. You got more. Well, if things are natural, you got more life in your to go than me. You got gray hair. I don't want you to get bald hair because of this.
Yes.
Right now, let's get back to some more comments. Okay, Claude Earl, we'll get you in just a moment. So Kimron's saying Dr. Vibe and Ryan are saying the same thing in different words.
Well, probably, yes.
Dr. Vibe, people are reluctant to support. Important to keep doing your thing and plug away at it. Consider those that do support you are true supporters. Yeah, I'm gonna go the ones who are willing to support. The ones who aren't, I don't have energy to spend on them. Would they know where I am? If and when they're ready, I will accommodate them. But I have to go with the tribe that wants to make a move. Right. So a perfect example. And Roger, I'd love you to come on here. If you are willing, I'd love you to come on here because I want you to, because you and I have conversation with this fitness, but you still have to educate them to show them the way. How many people are you, Fitness IQ? You're one person, unless you have a team. And even then, that's another situation. Okay. And Dr. Taji puts up, those people may never be ready to run. Okay, Roger, I'll get to you in just a second. Sharon Knight, welcome. Hey, and I did give you Aisha's contact information via your DM and Instagram. So I hope you have, and she has yours. Dr. Tachi, the host of Mediascope, the livest program online about media, tech, and pop culture, 5 p.m. Wednesdays Eastern time on Instagram Live. It was Thursday last week, by the way, but it's back to Wednesdays, and then 6 p.m. Eastern time Wednesdays, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, and other platforms. Nice. Christy White says we can talk about this when I come on. The same thing is happening in the Indigenous community for us too. Okay. Yeah. Curious. Christopher Lawrence says, in addition to sending an email to inquire about new business, are there other ways to connect with your target audience? We'll may not get to that, but Christopher, we can chat offline about that. I have some different ways.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, I send people regular mail. Like, they get all angles, touches.
Okay. I don't mind. You don't leave people behind, but I always say, don't just manage your time, manage your energy. My energy, I'm very purposeful.
But this is where technology is so powerful. It's not about Ryan, doing everything. We have technology, we have teams, we have ways to keep people informed, but it's not stressful. Like, that's where we have to use all angles and types of approaches possible that we have access to. And that's why I'm so in love with AI. And people, you'll know when we do
that came up in yesterday's conversation about privacy and AI.
Right.
That's another conversation. Okay. Share Night, how about adding a journalist to go out and cover these events? Well, that's a good suggestion. But when you you have these, first of all, you contact these organizations a lot of times, they don't respond. Or when you send a journalist out, they are not. There have been times where I've gone out to events. Who are you? I said, oh, I contacted your and it's like they treat me like I'm an outsider. So again, good suggestion. I agree. Ryan can go out on assignment for the Dr. Vibe show. Just kidding. No, I don't think you'd allow that. I think Ryan is out enough. Thank you
why
very
do you think
much.
I attend so many stuff? It's to capture
you are the gala
for what we do.
Kimron says, you can't manage time. You can only manage your energy, manage yourself and your energy. Exactly. Hayden goes, it's also about your intentions for your community. So Roger, what we're talking about. So Roger is asking, what's the conversation topic? So basically, Roger, we're talking about the lack of response by organizations in the Black community when you reach out to them for coverage. I'd love you to come on and talk about your efforts with Restaurant Week. You know, about you reach out and they say no. Do you still spend energy reaching out to them after? If you do, what do you do with these organizations after? If that's something you'd like to jump on with, I'd love to get your perspective on this. So if you want, I can send you the link address ASAP. So just message and tell me if you're up for it. Great suggestion, Share Night, Christopher Lawrence says. So we got some questions. I started so Earl Anderson wanted to know what about this grant? So I guess he was talking about this grant. Go ahead.
Yes, and I mean, Earl's been on a previous info session. So the investment readiness program was, over the last 2 years, they put $100 million of grant money towards social enterprises. So that's nonprofit or charities that have started income generating businesses. They call those social enterprises, or for-profit companies that have positive community impact and reinvest their profits to support the community they're operating as a social enterprise. So the federal government, they created the Social Finance Fund, which was $800 million dedicated to invest into social enterprises and their growth. So when they realized that a lot of social enterprises weren't ready to take on investment right out the gate, they created this investment readiness program, which was a grant program to help social enterprises kind of fine tune their operations and get steady to take on investment in the next phase. So the grant portion is done. So I haven't seen them, doesn't look like they're going to renew it in any capacity anytime soon, but the Social Finance Fund, which is going to be the investment portion, so those are repayable dollars, that's going to be the next phase. That money should be rolling out sometime maybe early to mid next year. So we'll see, because they're still selecting the intermediaries that are going to be creating the criteria for how they invest into the community. So that's why at this summit or this gathering, it's important for us to be involved in that intermediary space, because a lot of times we have to deal with those that are creating the criteria and having to navigate things that we don't understand with how they want to see things done. If we're the intermediary, we can actually create that criteria to better benefit the community that we serve. So more organizations, especially in the Black community, need to be looking at becoming intermediaries and not just leaving it up to others to manage the money, and then we have to figure it out on the back end.
Okay. Some good news. Roger Dundas is going to be joining our conversation. Roger Dundas of Buy Blacks. Give me 5 minutes. So, Roger, I've emailed the link for you to join to your Buy Blacks address. So I'm looking forward to even take the conversation up to another level. Also, just got confirmation Manifa Brooks will be on. It seems like a far way away, but it isn't. November 20th. She's going to be coming on and talking about data privacy.
Sweet. That's solid.
So that is confirmed for November 20th. And it was interesting during after our conversation yesterday, I was talking about an organization that gets government money to provide post-secondary students for 80 hours of work, and the government pays them $1,400. And we were talking about the process to apply for companies. My goodness, it is ridiculous. Like in the years past, you just gave them your business number, your business address, etc. Now they want a copy of photo ID.
Oh boy,
like a passport or a driver's license or a health card.
They're going
and
deep.
And they then ask your business number and all this, and saying this is a little ridiculous.
But you know what happens with these programs is that previously the application is seamless and simple, but then people take advantage and don't have proper business registration, don't have payroll. So then they have to add things to kind of tighten it up.
Yeah, well, this one, but like this, the part that really got me was the photo ID part.
That's interesting.
So Manifa, we talked about it yesterday after she was on Black Canada Talking. So she wrote in her email back to me just a moment ago. She said, I also woke up this morning thinking about blank organization. I'm not going to say who they are. The method they are using for verification is definitely intrusive, and they should be looking at the approach of Google Business. They mail you an activation code to the address you state as your billing address. They also don't require to add your ID. So she knows the real way and to verify. And it's interesting. She said also in the conversation yesterday, I'm promoting it, that in Quebec, the privacy laws are totally different than in the rest of Canada. Like she said, in Quebec, they can
more strict,
they're more closer to what Europe has for privacy laws online than North America.
Right.
She was so on it, but she was saying that the methods of questioning that this organization is using is not good at all. It's like it's intrusive. And I said, okay, well, I'm going to speak. I have a digital relationship with someone who's a manager. I'm going to mention to them because they're a federal corporation, but they got to be very careful about dealing. If they were a Quebec corporation, they could not do that. They could not ask for photo ID. The only time you're required to show your driver's license is with a driving infraction in Quebec. Nothing else. No companies that are Quebec based can ask for anything. They can't ask it for anything else.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So
that's where these things need to be reviewed. And
this is the thing. So on November 20th, mark it on your calendars, family, and it's long enough away. If you have questions or you want information on data privacy, Manifa Brooks is going to give it to you. If you want to get a head start, go to the Dr. Vibe Show page on YouTube, subscribe, hit the notification button, and look for the Dr. Vibe Show from yesterday, and you'll get great amount of information. And this even applies to North America.
Absolutely. And hey, if you're watching right now, hit the like button.
Wherever you're watching this. Wherever you're watching this.
We're waiting for Mr. Dundas to come on.
Yes, hopefully he's going to come on, Roger. Again, I've sent the link to log in to your buyblacks.com address. But yeah, so it was really, so we didn't even get to so, and someone answered in the chat, they made an arrest in the killing or shooting of Tupac Shakur.
An arrest, really?
Yes.
Was it somebody from the NYPD?
Oh, Jesus.
They have all these different conspiracy theories.
But apparently, here's a little funny fact. This person's been arrested is an associate of Diddy.
Oh boy. Oh no. Is this because Diddy is releasing an album? Now they're like trying to spark back up the feud or the West Coast, whatever you want to call it. This is not a good look.
So Dr. Chai says, interesting that Quebec has such a strict set of laws compared to, and the province of Quebec is different than the rest of Canada in a number of different things when it comes to laws. So yeah, so I think Quebec being more Eurocentric based is maybe that way, but yeah, definitely. So I would definitely hear out that if you, again, I'm promoting that conversation from yesterday. She gives you a lot of her story, but also there's a lot, especially in the second half, she drops about, and also suggestions about privacy, like make sure you're not using the same password for everything. She says, don't keep around old records. If anything's old, get rid of it. It shouldn't be lying on. She says she has some relatives. Let's see. Quebec wants to be part of France. They were at one time. I don't know if it's much.
Right.
Fitness IQ Cam Joe. I didn't hear that part yet about Diddy. Yes. And then Quebec are different folks, Dr. Tachi. Definitely. If you want to live cheaply in Canada, rent-wise, Quebec's a place to go. The rent is a lot cheaper. And the insurance is car insurance is lower too, but the gas prices on average are at least 10 cents a liter higher than in Toronto.
Gotcha.
Dr. Taj had a question, I think, going back to Ryan, what results have you seen with your efforts in regards to, I think, the media stuff or whatever? Or
well, when talking about the ecosystem, and I think I mentioned kicking and screaming, you're bringing people to meetings, and it started with 6 to 7 people attending, and now we're up to like 20. So
yeah, you know why? I'm always a little bit because the money's going to run out soon, so they got to make sure they get there.
But that's where it's explaining to them the benefit.
Roger, help me.
Paying attention. Like if they didn't understand, and at our conference we had to break out and be like, listen, they're writing the report right now about renewing this thing, and
that's why they're showing up. That's why they're showing up.
I had to tell them it didn't click. But if you didn't put that message, that's why I talk about sales and marketing. You have to put that messaging in front of people so that they understand why it's important to pay attention. And what's happened has happened. Like, I love to track things. When I send out emails, it's not just because I like pressing send on my Gmail. It's because I get to see, did this person respond? Did they even open it? Did they respond? And so when they ask me for stuff later, I can look back and be like, what was the track record of this person responding to anything that I've ever sent them? If they're disconnected, I'm like, listen, I don't have to. I run with who I'm running with, and
hold on. Can you say that again, please?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, people, you need to.
No. You're not repeating what you repeat.
Run with who's ready to run with you.
Thank you.
But like I said, also, you don't leave people behind, but their actions create.
Hold on. You don't leave people behind. If they want to stay behind, it's not my responsibility that they want to stay behind.
But they still need to be informed, and there needs to be an ability for them to get back on board.
I've said that already. Roger Dundas, what is up, Roger?
Hey, Roger.
Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me?
BuyBlacks.com. Everyone,
yes,
if
sir.
you're not following Buy Blacks, your wood is wet.
Sleeping.
I'm just going to say it now.
Your wood is wet. I've never heard that one before. Dr. Vibe is a person with the different sayings. You know? Ryan, how you doing, Mr. Gala King?
I met a friend of yours at one of these gatherings. I sent Roger a picture. I'm like, yo, guess what?
Yeah, wow,
he said
that's
he
crazy.
knew you guys from time.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a long time. It's Camille's friend, really.
Who's that?
Gentleman named Darren?
Darren James. Yeah. His wife is a politician now too.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, out in Kitchener. I think. Yeah. So how you guys doing? Good morning. I don't have a long time to spend because I'm headed out. But so this conversation piece is about the lack of response you were saying from certain organizations
and businesses, etc. Like,
yeah. All right. So I'm very controversial on these topics, right? The fact of the matter is, we're not. If the person is not responding to you, you're not a priority to them. Let's just accept that, right? People do fundamentally what is a priority to them. Every day that you get up, whatever is your priority for that day, you're going to do it. When you look in your inbox and you have 10 emails, you're going to prioritize and say, oh, I need to respond to this person first. Right? And then that person. And then I'm not going to respond to that person at all.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody in the chat who disagrees with me?
Okay. While we're waiting for that, just quick comments here. Lesline is fantastic. Wow, she enjoyed yesterday's conversation with Manifa Brooks about privacy. That was a good conversation. Divine Right says reading is fundamental. Fitness IQ goes, noted, I will click on our email. Sharon Knight says, I can attest to all the networking events that Ryan has been to. Yes, a ridiculous amount. Yes, to get out his name. Fitness IQ likes your wood is wet. Christopher Lawrence, where did you get that verbiage from, Dr. Vibe? Fitness IQ goes, smiles Sam, and goes, that's why Ryan is the Gala King. So Tachi, we need to get him that crown and robe made by the end of the year. All right. Yeah. No one seems to disagree with you, Roger. Go on.
No. So we you're asking a specific question about the restaurant week, and if
you're at liberty to share.
No, 100%. I'm willing to talk about it. I think I'll actually at the end of this restaurant week pen an article about the experience of so here's so just for the people who don't know, restaurant week, when we started, this is the 6th time we're doing it. So when we started it was trying to get the restaurant to pay, so they would pay for the marketing of it and everything, and we quickly found that they were not really they don't even pay for marketing for themselves. So we said, okay, how can we work with Black community associations to help them to market this thing? And because that's what the Black community associations are there for. That's what I think, right? The BBPA, the Chamber, ACBN. I'm talking about like the national ones, FACE, BOF, France, blah, 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 right? Mm-hmm. So that has been, it was very successful in the last restaurant week in the spring. Very successful. We had about, I believe, 8 Black community associations from across the country that supported financially and also marketed. So that's, I'm going to say this, if the Black community associations, because they're a nonprofit, right? So cut them some slack. If they cannot give money, then they'll give their time. They'll share it on their social media and all of that. Reach out to the Black media associations, Black media. Every last one of them said yes, and they would help. If I have money to spend, yes. If I don't have any money, they'll do something still, right? They'll do something. Correct. Okay. So here's where it gets interesting. Reach out to the Black restaurant. Oh, sorry. One more thing I have to say. So we also work with the destination marketing organizations across Canada. That has been a very long and hard journey of getting them on board. And thanks. I think I want to thank Manisha Moses from Destination Toronto, who kind of got that ball going, right? She's amazing, right? Manisha, wherever you are, I owe it all to you. So she connected me with every destination marketing organization across the country, from Vancouver, Destination Vancouver, to Discover Halifax, right? Yes. So almost all of them, with the exception of Montreal, which was interesting, you're talking about the Quebecers, they are kind of like, we don't really want to be, part of this thing, right? Fine, we can leave them alone. So you have all of this power. So I took the time last week, and before I get to the restaurants, I want to tell you everything that I did. I took the time last week to aggregate the social media numbers. I don't even know the web numbers because we post the events on the DMOs and different places, right? It's over 4 million Canadians, but there could be duplications, but you know.
But the impressions,
the 4 million social media followers, if you aggregate the destination marketing organizations, the Black community associations, and the Black Canadian media, right? That's over 4 million.
Aggregate your numbers, people.
Right.
Roger's giving some knowledge here.
All right. So, and that's excluding Montreal. If I added, Montreal has 1 million followers overall. 1 million, over a
Just
million.
in Montreal. Yep.
Montreal tourism. I can't even pronounce it. I don't know French. Right? Montreal tourism. Right?
Yes.
So let's recap. The restaurants are gonna get free marketing through the destination marketing organization, through their Black community association, through the Black media. We're advertising, taking the money and ad because we don't make profit from this thing. We're advertising this on so we're blocked on Meta, as you know. So we're advertising this on Pinterest, LinkedIn, TikTok, right? Advertising the restaurants. We're advertising through the Black Canadian media. And then, of course, the Black Community Association send out newsletters like ACBN and promote this thing, right? Then you approach the restaurant, and the restaurant said, "Why I don't know, you know."
Yes, and I want to add something real quick because I was in Calgary at Crazy Jerk, and I talked to the guy there, Andrew.
I met him.
Said, yes, that you had been there years prior, and so what I was telling him was like, listen, you can't miss the next one because, and I could lay out like the advertising that you get for it.
Yeah,
it's gonna help people come in. So this is where initially, if we go by what Dr. Vibe was saying, it's like you don't discount people that ignored you before. You still put things in front of them to say like, but here's reasons why you should engage. And I know a lot of the organizations didn't support right out the gate, but you still reached out to them when the next ones were coming. And now more of them are coming on board. I think because they've seen how the momentum is growing. It's like, if you're not part of this, you're really not paying attention. So
well, it shouldn't even be that because really, you know, here it is, COVID hit, restaurants were hit some of the worst because that was a fully, in-person experience. A lot of people liked going.
They said they just reopened their in-dining since COVID.
Thank you. Right?
Crazy.
There are a lot of people who still have not reopened dining. And 2 reasons, really. The 2 reasons are A, they're still afraid of COVID, 1, and B, staffing. So we're still suffering staffing issues across Canada. You know, go and check on Restaurants Canada has the stats. I know you're a numbers guy, right? And when you look at the stats of restaurants that are still closing, right, they're still having staffing problems. Don't talk about all the immigrants that are coming in still having staffing problems at restaurants, all restaurants, not just Black restaurants. But let me dig down a little bit into the Black restaurant business. If you pick, let me just pick a restaurant like Kingston 6. So that's where I used to live in Jamaica. But there's a restaurant called Kingston 6 now that's participating. They're in Whitby, right on Brock Street, right? So Kingston 6 is a family-run restaurant, cafe, and marketplace. So they do, they had a brunch thing and they do jerk chicken, blah, 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 Jamaican, right? I'm making an assumption, they do not have an employee benefits plan. That's why I'm going to make that assumption, right? I want you guys to understand what you're up against. They don't have an employee benefits plan. Starbucks has one. They're going to pay a minimum wage. Starbucks is paying above minimum wage. You get where I'm going with this? That Black kid from Jamaica, Jamaican parentage or whatever, or if it's an African restaurant, African kid, they are going to go and work at the place that's near to them. 2 places are the same distance. Where they're going to work. Starbucks pays more money and gives me benefits. I'm just saying, and it's the same thing. Tim Hortons, etc., etc. You're going to go to that place that's going to be more of a priority for you. Come right back to the priority. You're not gonna. So that's why small establishments are struggling. It's not just Jamaican, Asian, South Asian, right? They're struggling. They can't find staff, and then even there's just the family. I spoke with Deb from Opus Cafe. They're like Coras. They're like the Black Coras, right? Out in Halifax, right? Same thing, same model. Open at 7, close at 3, breakfast and lunch
Brunch.
food, right? Brunch. But they said they started adding on, like shepherd's pie and that type of stuff there. I called her. She's in Costco. She's shopping. She's the only person. She has to do the marketing. She has to do the operations. She has to do the serving. I don't know if she's doing the cooking too, but I mean, that's a lot for one person to do. So restaurants are struggling. They're struggling. And the reason why we do focus on restaurants is because I find, I don't know about anybody else, but that's like a community hub, so to speak. If you move into an area like Alliston, the first thing you say, oh, Rotted, is there somewhere where I can get some black food, right? And then there's one little place on Main Street there, up in there. And then you go there. The food is okay, but it still reminds you of home. So that's the thing. And you go in there and you see other black people and you can communicate. And then maybe there's some posters up in there with things to do in the black community. I keep saying Jamaican because I'm Jamaican. Forgive me, people. Right? But that's a struggle I find with reaching out to the restaurants. They're so inundated with what they have to do every day that even when you present them with an opportunity, it's hard for them to even accept it. That's one thing. And then the second thing before I go is the other thing is the mistrust. So historically, trauma, right? The trauma of the black associations not helping them, of them reaching out to black associations and black associations not helping them, of the DMOs not helping them, excluding them from their promotions, right? So it's all of that trauma. And if you talk to the restaurants right across the country, they'll tell you, oh, we tried to, like in Halifax, oh, we reached out to Rands, it didn't help us. No, Rands is helping us through a partnership with Buy Blacks, right? Or Discover Halifax, oh, they weren't helping us. No, they're helping them through a partnership with Buy Blacks. So these are the things. We have to keep on pushing, even though people, as I think you were saying earlier, that people are like, oh, why just give up because they're not responding and all of that. But you still, sometimes it's like an evangelist. Are you gonna stop knocking on the door because a person
every week?
Right. You're a business evangelist. That's what you are. Trying to help people and trying to get our community up to that level. That's what it's all about.
Okay.
So don't stop.
Agreed.
Well, I'm not saying don't stop. Say just manage your energy with the don't stop people.
Absolutely. We can't. Well, I'm not going to drive myself into the ground.
Thank you.
But there's a way that we've figured out how to do it. It's very efficient. This is the 6th time we're doing it, so it has become much more efficient. And
go ahead.
Sorry, and whoever registers.
Yeah.
If they don't register, then
true.
You're a loss.
Absolutely. Yeah. And Roger, thanks for taking time, because I know you got to run, but what I get from the many things you said is that you have used collaboration. So these restaurants say, oh, so you've used another party come in. Wayne Harris says this, interesting enough, he says, benefits can be given at a fair price. Just have them reach out to me.
Yeah, true.
Shirley just says, I think organizations like ACBN can work on a project to offer benefits for small business. This way, the cost will be cheaper. Wayne Harris, cash flow quadrant. They are self-employed versus business owners. That's why it all depends on them to get it done. Systems and people will help them get over the hump of having them all do it all themselves.
The last thing, I met with a restaurant over the weekend, and I said to them, hey, are you aware of the Bates program? And they were not. So even that, I find that there's still some work that needs to be done with the Black Community Associations in even promoting the different programs that they have available that can help Black businesses. That is not just a select few that know about it, but that they're getting out there to most of the Black communities and the Black business owners. That's where Black media comes in, right, Dr. Vibe?
Yep.
That's
And
where Black media comes in.
yeah, Tanya says, Roger Dundas, you are hitting gold with this example.
Thank you.
Yes,
There you go. Well, Roger, I know you have to run. Thank you
you.
for
Yes.
taking the most precious thing that you have time, and we will catch up with you, my brother.
For sure. Thank you for having me, as usual.
Well, always a pleasure. You always have room for you and Cam here.
Yes,
anytime.
and the last thing I'll say is, guys that are in Canada, go out and support the restaurants during restaurant week. You're getting a discount to get a prefix menu. That's our response. Let's get some groups.
So when is restaurant week? When is it coming up?
November 20th to the 26th. This is not the official restaurant week conversation, by the way. So
no. This is the appetizer. Yeah, this is the appetizer.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
entree's coming.
There's some new restaurants on there: Afrobeat Kitchen, Blessing Licious, Stacy's Island Cuisine, and Star Apples has returned. So we're gonna do our thing with them again, right? And Kingston 6 too. Kingston 6 is a new restaurant that's participating from Whitby. So we have our tour that we do as guys. We go on tour. We're gonna start the tour from this week. So we're gonna start going to new restaurants from this week, all the way up to restaurant week. All right.
Well,
love it.
Well,
thank you
we
so
are
much, Roger.
that,
all right, let me head out now. Okay, guys.
We're hoping that some of the restaurants will take their time to appear on this platform.
They will.
All right.
Trust me, they will. Take care.
All right.
Take care, Roger. Have a great day.
You too.
All right, family. So
Okay.
Roger Dundas, buyblocks.com, laying down some stuff, and beautiful. Look at this. Wayne Harris says, Roger is the truth. There you go.
Yes.
Greetings, Roger Dundas. Christopher, he's jumped off now, but yeah, Roger is fantastic. And those people who see Wayne Harris is in the conversation, you're going to see him on Friday.
That was an appetizer to Friday.
Yes.
Full conversations happening.
Yes. And again, when it comes to finances, our go-to person is Wayne Harris, who will be appearing on Friday. I have to reach out to him. Well, Wayne, if you're watching this right now, if you want to email you what you're going to chat about, I can get the posts up on all the broadcast pages so people get notified and heard ahead of time. So what is up for the rest of the week, Mr. Ryan Knight?
Ooh, what is up? Shout out to Bramley Secondary. No, not Bramley. Yes, North Park Secondary School. Where is it? Oh my gosh. We have a co-op student starting with us. So shout out to Cavante. He's going to be starting with ACBN. I have to check and make sure which school is either Bramley or North Park. But yes, I'm heading to Brampton. So I'll be in the Brampton office more often.
Oh,
so
getting the passport. Northwest Territories.
Yes. But beyond that, we're really leaning into supporting entrepreneurs getting the funding. There's so much talk of all this money that's out there. So we wanted to do specific one-on-one coaching and support for entrepreneurs to make sure that they get access to this money that is being told to them that's out there. So I'm looking forward to having more conversations with those entrepreneurs this week. And tomorrow evening, we're doing our study group meeting, talking about the Canadian Black Empowerment Initiative, which includes the manifesto and the think tank. So yeah, that's kind of my week in a nutshell. How about yourself?
Okay, before we go there, just coming back to a comment that was made earlier by Christopher Lawrence, in the call center world, which I spent some time in with TELUS Mobility, after 3 attempts explaining features and benefits of a product or service, then the call center effort goes to close, followed by follow-up fees in 3 months, 6 months, and 12 months. Yes, I think I agree with that. You just give a call, but don't waste your energy. Go with the people who are really into it and spend your energy on them. Yes, you send your emails out to these other people, etc. But time is finite. It's not finite. So you got to go with those people who are. One of my mentors a long time says, Dr. Vibe, go with the greedy, not the needy.
Okay.
So yes, I agree somewhat. Yeah, send an email, etc. And you may want to give a phone call depending on the resources and time that you have, but go with those who are committed, who have the energy. And a lot of times those are the people that are going to get you to the next level. So I agree with what you said in regards to the 3 months, 6 months, an email or something. Sure, you don't, but if you're sending communication, and now if you have a good newsletter list, there may be coming at times that, you know what, this person's not even opening up my email after a period of time.
That's why we check it. And for
And
us, when you get to that limit, I think we only can have a certain amount of people. Then you have to remove people that aren't engaging at all. So
they don't even open up. Again, that depends on the business.
Space. Yeah.
The business operation. I suggest that you have some sort of measurement saying, well, if they haven't opened emails after how many times, we just take them off, because obviously it's not as Roger said, it's not a priority.
Yes,
they don't even have time to open up your email.
They get moved to a special list.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Well, that listing that I've hit that with some people. I'll just leave it at that.
Yes.
After a certain period of time, no problem. I'm not important to them, so why should I be important to them? They're not important to me. Why should I be important to them?
I'll tell you a quick story. There's a politician that's running for leader of the Liberals, and their team reached out to me. I saw them at an event, and they're like, "Oh, you should support this politician and get behind them." So I send emails to all MPPs, MPs. So in front of her, I typed in his email and said, "Let me see how this person responds to the emails I've sent." 10 emails, not one response. Okay. I said, I can't get behind somebody that doesn't support anything that we do. And I just left the conversation at that. So
will you ever reach out to them again?
Yeah, they're an MPP. So they will definitely keep getting emails from me, but I'm not going to go out of my way. Let me quarterly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Ryan says, Ryan, I'll be in the clean tech program this Wednesday.
Sweet. Yo, I'm looking forward to that.
Who's delivering that, by the way?
So her name's Shireen. She's a professor at Sheridan College. So it's part of Sheridan College, the clean tech certification that we've put together. So I believe there's like 2 spots left. So if you're interested in learning about the clean tech industry, definitely either check your email, because I might have, if you're on our newsletter, we've sent it out. Otherwise, get in contact with myself, because ACBN, we have sponsorship and scholarships available to help people get into the program if they're willing. So I think we have 2 spots left.
It's interesting, talk about clean tech and environmentally safe. I mentioned to people a few weeks ago, I was at the opening of the new Canada Post facility, 500,000 square feet in Scarborough, and it is totally carbon footprint. Totally.
Okay.
Carbon footprint. And I'm going to reach out to the media person.
Where it's like,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
But here's another thing. That was a member. Their media person reached out to me.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know about this place opening. I had no idea. But I'm going to see if I can get a tour of the plant and maybe I invite some people. Actually, you know what? I'm going to see if I can invite some people to have a tour. And it is named after the first Black Canadian postman, Albert Jackman.
Okay.
And his grandson one of his grandsons works at the place. So I've got to reach out and see if I can get a tour. I'd like to go on a tour, maybe invite some people like yourself and Roger. We go through a tour of this place. That'd be a really good experience.
That would be cool. And sorry, where is it located? It was
Tapscott and Steeles in Scarborough.
Scarborough. Okay. Yes.
It's they invited about 400 people to this event.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a blip in this place. It was a blip. It's like,
yeah.
But yeah, totally carbon footprint, solar energy powered, the whole 9 yards. Like I'm going to see, because they said they can process a package from start to finish in 4 minutes.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So I'm going to see if I can ask and say, can you just take me along the pack? I say, I have a package here. What happens with it? And just follow that journey. I'd actually like to do that on video. Just follow that journey.
Yeah. You should put a GoPro on it or something.
That'd be cool. All right. Let's see. Christopher Lawrence says, time is expensive, but when folks are getting an abundance of tax-paying dollars to deliver service to your target audience, added efforts needs to be made to connect to truly determine if they are not a fit or for your business, in my opinion. I agree with you. My question is, how much energy do you put in, and when is your cutoff point?
Mm. Well, you
You
had
know?
a great example of with the call center. It's like, hey, you do a full court press and then you kind of drip and say like, hey, we are still here. This is still, these benefits still exist, but it's not as intense for sure. So I definitely agree with that.
Yeah, I think it's just for me. It's all the energy thing. It's all the energy thing. Like it's all the energy thing. Because if you're giving and someone's not receiving, just have a timeline on saying, okay, I may need to pull back a little bit because I got other people that are wanting the product, good or service that I have. All right, that's it. That's all. And Wayne Harris, you need to know who your ideal client is and target to their needs. Again, it's another thing. Wayne brings it up too. If you're not getting the response you want, you have to look. Are they your ideal client? Like someone taught me this a long time ago. There's the old sales axiom that you want people to know, like, and trust you. But I also say, on top of that, do you have what they want and can they afford it? Christopher Lawrence says, Ryan, keep up the great work. I see you. See, people see you. They don't care about Dr. Again, disowning black media again. There you go. Thank you, everybody.
We have to be purposeful with
no, it's
putting
all right.
black media,
I don't mind.
putting black media in front of people's faces.
I just keep on keeping on. You know what? It's all right. I'm getting the mentorship from the right places these days. Someone asked the other day, and it was just from my lens, say, what's the secret of making it, Dr. Vibe? I said, 2 words: don't quit.
Valid.
That's it. So, all the amazing places that you can watch this replay, the Morning Vibe Show on YouTube, and no, the Morning Vibe Show, you can watch the repeats of it on the Dr. Vibe Show YouTube and Facebook, ACBN Afro Caribbean Network, Facebook, YouTube, and Ryan Oneil Knight, YouTube and LinkedIn. So we'll be back on Friday, as I said, with Mr. Wayne Harris. Oh, Christopher, I see you, Dr. Vibe. See me doing what? Okay, I'm just asking. So as we close off, live your life as a dream. Oh, I'll just put it up here. Oh, reminder, subscribe to the Dr. Vibe Show on YouTube and hit the notification button. Thank you, everyone that has done that.
Before you head to your next video, hit like. Thank you.
Wherever you're watching this, whether it's on Ryan's platform or my own, advertise your business, product, or service. Email me dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. And of course, join the Morning Vibe Discord group. I'm going to put some more stuff in there today or tomorrow. Email me dr.vibe at the drvibeshow.com. And again, coming up this Friday, you've seen some of his comments in the chat today. Wayne Harris is going to bring it. All right. Live your life as a dream. If you can dream it, you can make it. Sometimes you have to get smaller to get stronger. Block assumptions. Then aim bigger, aim better, aim higher, aim wider. Love, faith, and respect. And in the next week, you're going to see something new with the Dr. Vibe Show. A new thing. So I ain't saying yet, but there'll be something new you're going to see on not only this platform, but at all the different platforms. God bless. Peace, y'all. Keep the faith and walk good. See you Friday.